We will be starting today the revision of chapter number 7, students. Let's discuss the chapter number 7. Clear? I am stopping the screen share over. I'm starting the screen share now of chapter number 7. Okay, so let's start. Basically, in the chapter number 7, that is your algorithms and your flow charts. In this chapter, we will be learning how to draw the flow charts and how to write the algorithms. But before that, we should know the meanings of few terms. That is program. First of all, let's discuss program. What a program is. The instructions that you give to the computer in order to let the computer perform some particular task, that is called as your program. Means when the user is giving some instructions to the computer so that computer can perform a particular task, it is known as your program. In order to create an program, we should create an algorithm and a flowchart before it. Means before creating any program, we should create its algorithm and its flowchart so that it is easy to create a program afterwards. Clear? Now coming upon to the next slide, algorithm. What an algorithm is? An algorithm is defined as a sequence of instructions. The instructions, the set of instructions or the sequence of instructions which is used to perform a particular task, or which are used, or the instructions which are used to solve a given mathematical problem. When you want to solve a particular task or you want to solve a specific mathematical problem, you use the instructions, a sequence of instructions. That instructions are called as the algorithm. For example, in case of your mathematics, when you draw the geometrical portions, when you draw the shapes, constructions, when you do, you follow some steps in that case. Clear? So the steps that we follow to solve a mathematical problem or to solve any particular task, those are defined as your algorithm. Algorithm is also a step-by-step procedure, means one step at a time. We have to follow, when we are writing an algorithm, it is written as a step-by-step procedure, that which step will come first, right? Then, while writing an algorithm, it should always be written in a simple language. Simple means very easy language and in precise manner, in short form. Not too lengthy answers should be there, lengthy steps should be there, just to the point. Clear? Then, simple algorithm to calculate the sum of two numbers. We have to calculate the sum of two numbers. Simple, in simple language, how we can write it. Read the first number A, read the second number B, find the sum of two numbers A plus B, display the sum. You can simply write input first number A, or if you have used any number, input first number 20, input second number 30, find the sum of two numbers 20 plus 30, display the sum. Is it clear? Simple language and in very short steps, an algorithm is written. Is it clear, children? Then, next one is, okay, just next one, now we have discussed how to write an algorithm. The next one is your flowcharts. What is a flowchart? When we have written an algorithm as I have told you, they are written in simple language. When you have written an algorithm, you have to convert that algorithm into a flowchart. Flowchart is basically the diagrammatic representation of your algorithm. When you represent the algorithm in the in the form of a, when you represent a, when you represent any of your algorithm in the form of a flow, in a form of a symbols, in a form of a diagram, that is called as your flowchart. So basically, flowchart is your diagrammatic representation of your algorithm. Is it clear? When we are representing our algorithm in the form of a diagram using some symbols, that is defined as your flowchart. Clear, students? The flowchart, it tells you the flow of a program. With the help of the flow lines used in a flowchart, we can determine the flow of a program. There are different symbols used in order to show the steps to solve a program or any problem. When we are using a flowchart, we use different kinds of symbols. The symbols that we people make use of in case of the flowcharts, those symbols are connected with each other with the help of a flow line. Is it clear? Symbols are connected with the help of a flow line. When you are drawing a flow chart, if you are only drawing the symbols like start box, then you are using the input box, but no connection is there with the help of flow line, that is wrong. Clear? The flow lines are to be used in order to connect one symbol with the another symbol. Am I clear? Now, there are some features of flowchart. Every flowchart has a start and a stop symbol. While receiving the assignments, I have seen that students are writing end at the last of the flowchart. That is wrong. Your flowchart always begins with the start box and it always ends with the stop box. If you will write end in the place of stop, marks will be deducted. Clear? You have to begin the flowchart with the start box and you have to end your flowchart with the stop box. Clear? No end, no begin should be written in your flowchart. Start your flowchart with start box, end your flowchart with the stop box. There is only one flow line that comes out from a processed symbol. When you are using a processed box, there is only one flow line that will come out. Means when you have done the calculations, only one flow line will come which will display your output. The general direction of flow in any flow chart is from top to bottom or left to right. The directions in the flow chart are from top to bottom, up to down, or left to right. Only one flow line is used to connect the start and the stop box. You can only connect the start and the stop box with the help of only one flow line. You cannot connect the start box 3 times. You cannot connect your stop box as many times as you can. Only one flow line is to be used when you are connecting the start box and you are connecting the stop box. Is it clear? A decision box has only one entry point but 2 exit points. When you are using the decision box, in case of decision box, we have only one entry point from where the condition is entered and we have 2 exit points. That is, one exit point will tell you the true condition, whether the condition is true, and the another exit point, it will tell you the false condition. Means if your condition is true, which statement is to be executed? Otherwise, if your condition is false, which statement is to be executed? Clear, everyone? These are some features of your flowchart. Now, there are some flowchart symbols. Understand the flowchart symbols carefully. Many of you, while sending your assignments, have done the wrong symbols that you have used. First one is your start stop box. You people are confusing the name of the flowchart symbol with its shape. Name of the flowchart symbol is start stop box. Start stop box, not the rounded rectangle. Rounded rectangle, parallelogram, rectangle, diamond, arrows. These are the shapes of your flowchart symbols. I repeat, rounded rectangle, parallelogram, rectangle, diamond, arrows. These are the shapes of your flowchart symbols. The name of the flowchart symbols are start-stop box, input-output box, process box, decision box, and flow lines. Am I clear? These are your names of the flowchart symbols. Keep it in your mind. Not to write your name of the shape if the name of the symbol is asked. If I have asked you the name of, I have given you, suppose I have drawn the rounded rectangle symbol and I have asked you the name of the flowchart symbol. If you will write rounded rectangle, it will be wrong. You have to write the names of the flowchart symbols. Here, the heading is also given name. Understand it clearly. Now, start-stop box, it is represented with the help of the rounded rectangle or the oval shape. Rounded rectangle or oval shape. It shows you the starting and ending of the flowchart. Keep in mind, by using the start-stop box, only the start and the stop word is to be used. Nothing else you can use. If you will use end word, it will consider as wrong. Clear? Input-output box. It is represented with the help of a parallelogram. It is used whenever we want to take any input or whenever we want to print any of your output or any of your data, whatever we want to print. Clear? Rectangle shaped symbol. It is called as your process box. Process box is basically used whenever we want to do any kind of calculations. Whenever we have to perform some calculation work, we have to use the process box. Clear? Decision box. The decision box is basically used whenever we have been given some condition. For example, if 10 is less than 20, if age is greater than 18, any condition, if we have given, we will use the decision box. Am I clear? Then flow lines. It shows you the connections between the symbols of the flow chart. Whenever we are using the different symbols in your flow chart, it is necessary that you people make the use of the flow lines. If you are only drawing the symbols and you are not connecting them with one another, there is no use of flow chart. Connect your symbols with the help of the flow lines. Am I clear, everyone? So in this way, we people can make the... Again, I am showing you how to draw a flow chart. So this was the flow chart that we have discussed, students. This is your start box. When we have to add two numbers, this is your start box. Here what you have to do is, whenever we have to draw the flow chart, I have already told you have to connect it with the help of the flow lines. Start box with the help of the, you can use with the help of the oval shape or rounded rectangle shape. Clear? Then the input statements, they are written inside your parallelogram. While we are using the parallelogram, you have to keep in mind that while we are using the input statement, students, you have to keep in mind that you have to use the word read or input also. If you will simply write A, B, 30, 50, it will be of no use. Clear? In the input box, write read A, B. Clear? Then read. Here we have taken the inputs. Now what I have to do is I have to perform the calculations which is done inside your rectangle box. C equals to A plus B. C equals to A plus B. Here we are storing the variable. We are storing the answer in a variable called as C. C equals to A plus B. Clear? Now, when we have received the output, when we have received the answer of the addition, then what we will do, we will display the answer that will be in your display C. In the output box, display word or print word is to be required. Then stop box, because your program has been, your flowchart has been stopped. Is it clear, everyone?